The first presentation of session 2 will be given by Ms. Boyeon, who is with the National Research Institute of Cultural Heritage, and she is specializing in various embroidery and textile related research. And she is a very prominent figure in the field of textile, and she has studied in Ewha Women's University Graduate School. She is going to give us presentation on commission and making of the embroidered Kāṣāya, the treasure of Korea, the monk Haebung and Lady Pak. Good morning. I am Boyeon, and I am with the National Research Institute of Cultural Heritage. This is the first presentation ever in Korea to make a presentation on the embroidered Kāṣāya. I am in charge of research and preservation of the embroidered Kāṣāya, and this is the presentation that I have prepared for today. The basic information is this research is to assume the production year and the reason for the commissioning. We did not have any evidences, but we learned about monk Haebung to identify the production year. The Korea Embroidery Museum had published a picture book in 1978 on Korean embroidery, and there was a special exhibit 1 month later at the National Museum of Korea. It is a very large-scale piece, and it is embroidered based on the 3 themes of Buddhism, 불법승. And according to those who have attended the exhibit, it was very sensational. And it was designated as national treasure, and it is called the treasure Kāṣāya. And but we do not have any information on how this piece was obtained. The head of the museum, Ho Dong-hwa, had started collection in 1960, and the in-depth research began in 1975. After the designation of as national treasure, it was not in exhibition, and it is considered one of the most representative treasures of Korea. It has been with the Korea Embroidery Museum, and now the preservation process is underway under the National Heritage Agency. There are 125 pieces, and 서남사 삼보면 가사야 and 청룡사 가사도 are some of the similar pieces. As you can see in the photo, the Sambo name is embroidered in Chinese characters, and for 청룡사, it is drawn on a piece of cotton fabric. And each section shows the name of the Sambo 도상. It is told that this belongs to 대각국사 의천 of the Goryeo dynasty, and we assume that this was created in end of the 18th century and early 19th century. Kāṣā도 is the official name, and we can see that this is a Kāṣāteng of Hangnim Temple of the Surak Mountain, and there are 25 groups, and from the middle, right in the middle is the first 조, and then from right there's the second, and then the third one is on the left, so it alternates sides. And this was disclosed to public for the first time in last May, and now the restoration to recreate it into a garment is underway. This is the front, and it is the back. It was taken by different photographers, so the color seems different, but as you can see, the back side is clearer. Moving on to the record, Haebung has was in charge of evidence, and also 무자생 곤명 was the one who have created. And some people say the Chinese characters mu and 술 are very similar, so it could be either 무자생 or 순자생, 술자생. So I felt that I needed to go to the National Heritage Agency to look at some records. I wanted to find out whether these are reliable evidences. And although there aren't any photo material to refer to, I was able to see some names, Haebung and 무사젠 곤면박. And last August, I have been able to obtain some additional information from Kim Chun-sil, who was in charge of the special exhibit that took place in 1978 at the National Museum of Art. 수불 발원 공명 무자생 박씨 증명 비구해 붕천유 and 첨불 가사. I was able to confirm some of the assumptions, and also we were able to see that this was not something that was created to wear, but to use as a Buddhist ritual. And also the scripture was written on the backside of the silk. And as to what role this played needs to be further confirmed. So after Haebung departed, I want to know how this was used. Before I analyze the record on 무자생 곤명 박씨, I wanted to look at some of the creations that were made by women. This is the 저고리, this is the 복장 pouch, and this is the 불번. For men, 건명 is used, and for women, 곤명 is used. And when they are deceased, 망 or 본광 is added. So when living, someone would be called 무자생 곤명 박씨. But if that person is deceased, the name is written as 망 곤명 무자생 순천박. So you can see that for 무자생 박, because it doesn't have a 망, it was created for a living person. And in the 1917 지장암 embroidered 아미타 3종 괴불도 is 303 centimeters wide and 561.5 centimeters long. And it took about 2.5 years to create. And it was 8 times more expensive than other screens that were embroidered. So we can see a lot of work was put in. It is quite interesting to find out who commissioned this, but it is, although we do not know, it is easy to assume that it was commissioned by somebody who was quite wealthy. And usually it is for the court ladies, or court ladies with some status, or court ladies who were not of high status. And we can also see that this was mostly for those in the Joseon dynasty. When married, the last name, the family name, and the birthday of the husband is used. If you look at the photo underneath, there is the bonded part, and it says 양이 or 양주. It means they are a couple. But if there is just a woman, we can see that this is a lady or a woman of the royal family. But as you can see in this table, from the 18th century to 19th century, there is no 무장생 박씨. There is 경인생 수빈 박씨 or 갑신생 박씨. There were 6 people with the family name of Park. I was not able to find the 무자생 Pak. So, but in Joseon, there weren't any records on women of the royal family unless they were involved in some kind of incident. So all we can see is that this person was living when this was created. And another news is that 무자생 was used around 1960 to 1910, and it was used both for men and women. So considering this, we can assume that this person was born in 1828. So let's focus on Haebung. Haebung 선사, his Buddhist name was Jeonlyung, and his name was Haebung Jeonlyung or Haebung Cheonyu. He left the secular world to join Seonam Temple, and this person was very this person was one of the top 7 Buddhist monks in the Honam area, and Haebung had a lot of knowledge and experience in this area. Haebung had commissioned or witnessed many Buddhist arts. So in 1796, the Unsu Nanya Jijangteng of Seonam Temple, and 1802 Nahanteng of Seonam Temple, and Cheonbul Buddhist sculpture of Daedun Temple in 1817, and also the Samse Buddhist painting of Gwangwon Temple in 1823 were all commissioned or witnessed by Haebung. And also in 1856, the Chusa 김정희's Haebung 대사 화상찬, and also in 1861, Choi's Haebung 대사 영점첩 refers to Haebung. And so, in the case of Seonam Temple, where Haebung resided in, the 상보명 가사 of 대각국사 was handed down, and the 쌍용 문지근 Kāṣāya exists there, and also in 대둔사 there is also the 금란 가사, which was created by 서산 대사. And as I have shown you in the record, if you look at the 연암 대사 임하록, Yeonam and Haebung were teacher and student. So Haebung has participated in the creation of Cheonbul sculpture in Daedun Temple in 1817. And if you look at the last line, the 5th line, from the 1st to the 25th lines, these are the pupils of the Buddha. And if we take all of this into account, 상보명 가사 theme started in the Seonam Temple, and then it was used as proof for embroidered Kāṣāya, and it also continues on to the Kāṣā도 of Cheongyong Temple of 1902. Then how was this theme carried on, including Suncheon and Haenam? So, Buddhist painter Eung-seok is a key person in this trail. Eung-seok was residing in Heunguk Temple in Namyangju, which is about 1 hour away by foot from Hangnim Temple. And he participated in the Buddhist painting project in Daedun Temple in Haenam. And in 1902, Eung-seok had led a project of drawing a Buddhist painting in Heunguk Temple, and also participated in the Hangnimam Kāṣā도 painting project in 1902. And in 1905, Eung-seok participated in the Doryang Jangwon production project commissioned by the palace, the royal palace. And this is also found in the Heunguksa Gwebul of 1902. And Kang Mun-hwan's son, Kang Jae-hee, has participated in the creation of Amita Samjon Gwebuldo and also Jijang Samboldo in 1924. If you look at the teacher-student relationship of Eung-seok, Eung-seok learned from Hwaak Jitak, Chaejong, and Chaejong learned from Hwaak Jitak, and Hwaak Jitak was also very close to Kim Jong-hee. So we can see that they have shared spaces such as Daedun Temple and Hangnim Temple, and so Haebung and Eungseok has a close relationship to the embroidery Kāṣāya. So these are some of the disconnected information regarding the embroidered Kāṣāya. So the Mujasen Pak, we do not know the exact birth year and the name. We can assume that this person was born in between we can assume that this was created between 1860 to 1910. And we were able to fill in some of the missing parts based on the information on mail-based records. And we can also assume that this was manufactured or produced during the Gwangmu period. And if we relate this to the theme of the symposium, we can see that this is very significant in that Buddhist embroidery was selected as a form of art. And sometimes the scripture covers were embroidered. And this, in the case of Jasu Kasa, it is used as the cover. And Chehi represents yang and embroidery. So painting represents yang, and embroidery represents yin. And there were some creative representations and interpretations, and the fact that the background textile was not dyed, it was used as is. So in that case, this has created a new paradigm for women to participate in Buddhist art projects. So this concludes my presentation. I will continue my research on the embroidered Kāṣāya, and there will be a special exhibit prepared by the Seoul Culture Museum. I would like for you to have continued interest in this area. Thank you very much.